not to like get all conspiracy theory and shit now, but like straight up, the amount of shit that's just allowed in food is insane. It's actually fucking wild, and I can't help but think that like it's low-key just a pipeline to get people sick.
Yeah, it is.
So that they have to buy drugs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And then fund Big Pharma. Like,
I think there's enough evidence behind that now that it's not really conspiracy theory anymore. Like, we know that's happening.
Yeah, it's too hard to buy, like, good food if you don't have the money. So
it's like a never-ending cycle.
So it gets all just everyone buying bad food because it's more convenient and cheaper.
Definitely. There's also like these giant food deserts where you could, even if you wanted to get it, like there's nowhere to get it from.
Yeah,
like,
you have to like go out of your way to some farm somewhere.
Yeah, if you're living in Detroit on the block, you're gonna go down the road to like the gas station or grocery store that's there to get your shit.
Yeah,
and it's cheap and it's easy. So
I remember when I first came here, and some of my friends are going to McDonald's. I went in there with them, and I saw like how much it was actually costing for them to purchase like this fucking fat ass meal. There's like goddamn large fries burger, goddamn cookie comes with your shit, goddamn drink go with it. It's like $5.
That's insane.
Like hello, the fuck, dude. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that shit's made of, but.
I mean that shit never goes old. You leave it outside for like 3 months, it'll be fine.
I heard flies won't even
touch that shit.
Touch that shit. Just wild.
God,
that's crazy fucking work. We're like, yeah, give me that shit right now. Let's go, baby.
That tastes so good too.
I haven't had McDonald's in ages.
I had McDonald's once in India.
I just get like the chicken nuggets and that would be it. Like if we're going on like a family road trip, I'm not getting anything more than chicken nuggets.
It's so convenient. They have them everywhere. Like, you know, the funniest joke is that I have this gym that I go to at home, right? Crunch Fitness. I can actually show you this actually, I don't want to show it in Google Maps, but they're going to see where I live. So, there's a Crunch right here, right? There's a road, and down the road is a McDonald's. Probably, you can see it. If I'm standing at Crunch, you can see the McDonald's right there. The thing is kind of inconvenient to get there because you have to turn right, go around, loop around, then go there, right? So they built another one right next to my gym. And when I saw them building, I'm like, okay, I could see the other McDonald's from this McDonald's. They're like 2 blocks away from each other. Like, they're literally fucking everywhere. And it's one of the best business models, making so much money.
Did you see people leave the gym and go to McDonald's?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
That's crazy work.
I mean, the people are like, oh, I'm bulking, I can eat whatever.
That's just laziness.
Yeah,
if you're bulking and you're like, I can eat whatever, you're just lazy.
Yeah.
You're just going to get fat, bro. It's not worth.
Yeah, it's not worth it. And you can do clean bulk. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be so clean that you can eat unhealthy every now and then.
Yeah, for on occasion, but
but to make that like your diet, it's like wild, dude. But I don't know, man. I think that it's hard because I feel like there's some countries that do it much better, but I think that America's model of like capitalism, like it's hard to put regulation on things. And in general, like I'm against severe government regulation as well. But I think in some areas of life, like food regulation, like it could make sense. Yeah. If you look at other countries, like. They literally, like I'm sure you've heard about this, like fruit snacks in Canada versus America. Like in America, they use like petroleum jelly for the sweetener, petroleum jelly, and that's not allowed in other countries like Canada. So they have to put watermelon.
Or better.
Watermelon juice.
We're better, bro. We're just better. And that's like, bro, it sounds like the shit you put in your car, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Like, I want to actually see if that's true. Petroleum jelly.
Like, what the fuck is that?
It's Vaseline.
It's Vaseline. Vaseline and gasoline, baby. My 2 favorite substances.
It's safe for human consumption? That's no way. It's not intended for direct food consumption. It should be used as a lubricant for food machinery.
Food machinery.
What the fuck are you talking about? They put this shit in fruit snacks.
What the fuck kind of bullshit?
They're added to everything from corn chips to fresh apples, bro. We're fucked.
Bro. Okay, what is petroleum then?
It can be. Look, I just think that the problem with these studies that they say generally, like I've actually read some of these studies. I've read a book about this, and they actually break down each of these studies that generally considered safe. And I think when I read this book, I actually started to realize that generally considered safe is kind of bullshit sometimes. Like obviously a lot of studies are true, but the study could be true. But if you read the details of the study, you realize that what they're actually studying and measuring may not actually be relevant to like where our causes are. For example, a lot of these studies will measure like if you consume this, like do you see an effect within a week in your body, like 2 weeks. They won't do a study for 20-30 years. Because first of all, like it hasn't even been 20-30 years since people started putting this in the food industry and studying it. So how can we even know the long-term effects of it? We don't. But the more people look into like doing longer term studies, the more they realize that some of these chemicals are fucked because your body just can't digest it. But there's such a volume of studies that are saying that like, oh, aspartame's not bad for you, oh, petroleum jelly's not bad for you, because they'll put like one macro parts per million or whatever, and do you see an effect in a year? Like you won't, you look fine. Like we can eat a bunch of McDonald's and probably look fine for a little bit of time. The downstream effects, the increasing rates of cancer, of diabetes, of cardiovascular disease is all correlated with food. And I think America is like increasing these horseman diseases a direct cause of like just the mess of the food industry. I don't know what the hope is. I don't know what the step America has to take or the world has to take to shift away from it.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
Any ideas?
I mean, yeah, I think part of it is also putting regulations on shit hinders the growth of the economy, because then that means different food companies that want to come in and create some new product can't do it now, or they have to go through a bunch of other bullshit to make their food safe, or like use better ingredients to make their food.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have to do that, so they can cut corners a lot and keep costs cheap, so they can produce things.
That's fair. And I think in general, like, reducing red tape is good for economy. I just think that there's certain agencies and regulations that are necessary. I think a lot of the stuff we have is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a challenge to determine like what regulation is necessary, what isn't. It's hard to, because like it's hard where to draw the line. I think that's the biggest challenge. And obviously anyone who gets that power will abuse it. Okay, that's how it's always done. I just think that if we look strictly at the red tape in food industry, if we do increase regulation on food industry stuff, I feel like downstream effects will improve the economy just because of the huge health effects of. I think if the health of a nation is bad, like the downstream effects of that in the future in the economy will kind of eat you back. Like the karma will get you back, right? So I think that in the amount of money we could save from the money we spend on healing people from these horseman diseases, and also just the amount of I think that if you have healthy people, they'll be able to go back in the workforce, do even greater things, be healthier longer. I think downstream would have a better effect, but again, it's such a long-term thing that it's too far away for a lot of people as well. And I guess another challenge is like drawing the line. Okay, how much regulation do we actually need? And I think we can also model like a lot of what these other countries are doing. Like, I'm not saying all the European countries have everything figured out, but they're in much better health. That's for sure. So I think that, again, I think right now the whole mindset of the government, it's probably not going to happen immediately, because I guess the whole mindset of the government is reduce all the regulation and minimize it to like the bare minimums. And then slowly as we're building back, like we realize that this is actually necessary, that's actually necessary. You get all the bullshit, and then we can slowly build back and determine. Like I think food industry regulation should be one of the essentials.